Hello there, I'm Emily McVicker, one-woman show, independent musician, and live looping artist. Today is a special day because I will be joined by my friend Matt Walden. And this is a new style of video for me, so if you like interviews like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you have a loop artist in mind that you would like to see maybe guest on this channel, tell me all about them below in the comments, and you can send them this video. I want to introduce everybody to my friend Matt Walden, who is a fellow Twitch streamer, an indie alt singer-songwriter based out of Florida.
Hello.
A couple things I wanted to say about Matt before, if you haven't seen what he does already, is he's a super versatile performer. His song Road Trip and the video I actually found on TikTok. You popped up on
really?
my For You page.
Cool.
And then the other thing is Matt loves his cats. So Matt, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah. One of them will probably jump in soon on the piano or something.
I love it. I
It'll
just
be fun.
saw a clip on YouTube where he's like rolling around on the keyboard.
And then it was just Milo laying on the keyboard and flipping around the entire song. And I'm like, that's perfect.
Well, and that's kind of what's awesome about Twitch, is getting to see you in your natural environment. Matt is a talented live looping artist. I know you're excited for the new RC-600.
I saw her RC-600 video on YouTube and I sent you a message immediately. I was like, can we geek out over this thing together? Can I just ask you questions as another looper?
And he currently uses the same pedal that I like to use, which is the RC-300.
Yes.
I've used it for years. How long have you been using it?
Oh my God. I started with the RC-30. I bought the RC-30 because of Ed Sheeran back when I first found him. But yeah, dude, that was 2014. I literally pulled it out of the box, brought it to a gig that night, and I played it at that gig. And I can't tell you it was great, but
That's
I probably looped one or two things. Yeah, absolutely. How about you, though? How long have you been using the pedal for?
I started using it like 5 years ago. When I moved back to Seattle, I had been singing in bands on cruise ships.
Oh.
My background was an a cappella, so I figured if I can just do a little beatbox and
Oh my God,
to keep
perfect.
it going. And, you know, for someone that has used the 300 and been happy with it for so long, what features did you see that on the 600 that made you go, ooh, I want that?
The 6 tracks, I think, is the most exciting for me. I was reading the manual yesterday, and I was like, okay, there's a lot of different options here. It's got even more sub-outputs. I like on this that you can add an extra pedal that you can assign to have certain actions. And so, like, for instance, if I wanted only tracks 1 and 6 to play at the same time, when I hit that pedal, it'll just be tracks 1 and 6. Like a start-stop for just those tracks. Like at least that's what I was taking away from what their live performance thing was that they put out, like their little teaser. Just being able to have the control, customizing almost everything.
It sounds like also having the stereo option is huge.
Oh yeah.
Can you give a brief rundown of the bones of how you've set up your system and why?
So my setup's super simple for live gigs. It's a little more complicated for the Twitch setup. I do the RC-600. I do everything mono, just my 2 instrument ports. So I have like the piano going in the right, I have guitar going in the left, and then I have a mono send going to my interface.
Okay.
And then, you know, all my pedals and stuff, the guitar goes through them into the RC-600 or 300. Sorry, I'm just eager. I'm ready to have it now. I guess for Twitch and stuff, I have a little more extensive Ableton Live setup. Looks like this. So I just have like a nice vocal chain, compressors and all that. A left-right guitar for my looper. So it's the same guitar, it's just one's delayed by 3 milliseconds. But yeah, just waves, plugins, compressors and stuff. And then the master chain is just like massive with a bunch of different crap on it. I have a MIDI keyboard that I assigned with a few things.
Cute.
And I kind of set it here. And I can do I can have like different filters on my voice, mainly just voice effects. And then I have a freeze reverb. So if I like sing a certain note, so it freezes the vocal on that note. So what I'll do is I'll transition from songs. I'll just like hold that note. Then you can just go directly into a song and then slowly take off of it. And like I have my reverb. There's just a slight reverb that I turn on and off so I can talk to people. It's just mixer settings.
Oh, that's so cool.
At the end of the day. I like to do this because I feel like it polishes the sound. So instead of me having a mixer, I can kind of do everything digitally.
So when you're looping in your Twitch show, are you looping with Ableton and the push and stuff, or with your feet?
So I loop with the pedal. I can't do Ableton looping yet because I feel like it's so strict.
Oh.
And like it's another thing. It's like the hands thing. I have a MIDI pedal for it, but I'm just not ready to assign everything and know what I want. So I kind of live through YouTube and just watching other people who loop.
What live loopers on YouTube and stuff have you been watching?
Actually, there's two loopers in general. Leon Bratt. Leon is like a homie through Twitch, and he is so good at looping.
So good.
He's like the biggest looper. It's insane.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Autopilot is the man, but he doesn't use a Boss pedal. And then Mike Love. I don't know if you've ever seen Mike Love play, but that dude is like the best looper. I honestly have no idea what loop pedal he uses, but he has like 500 pedals. It's insane, and he just knows what he's doing. I would love to know what you're rocking.
Adapting from my live show, the main thing that I added was my mixer, where my keyboard and my route it through a mixer, and then it all goes in through my aux channel. Actually,
what?
Yeah, mixer into my
so
little 1/8-inch jack. And that's just to give me more channels, more inputs, and also gives me stereo option. So even though I'm using the 1/8-inch jack out of the looper, it's a stereo signal into my interface. Cool. And then through the interface, I mix with main stage. When I get the 600, I won't have to use an 1/8-inch jack for my keyboard and all that stuff. My keyboard can have its own stereo input, which would be so much prettier.
Yes.
I can plug my microphone directly into the pedal, and I will only need one microphone, is what I'm imagining.
Or you could have two, and you could do something funky with the second one. You could go hang a mic on your amp.
That's so true, because it has two mic inputs anyways.
Play saxophone, clarinet, recorder, kazoo.
Oh, yeah.
You could do anything.
Anything.
If you wanted to do like a harmony, pan a harmony like left and pan another harmony right, like on two separate tracks, you could do that.
Based on what we've read so far about the RC-600, it sounds like we're going to have a lot of individual controls like that within the new hardware.
How cool would that be?
So cool.
You know what I mean? Being able to like have a dedicated line out for your mic, and like not having to do anything with it. It's just
Well,
I'm just so excited.
Yeah, and I use two mics to do that same function physically, but it sounds like it's gonna. There you go.
Same.
Well, and have you ever used a harmony pedal before?
No, we were talking about this. The harmonizers, like I know they kind of sound goofy. Like you listen to it, you're like, it's not natural.
Yeah,
and
I can't help but be skeptical at first. So
yeah, I do think they might have a vocoder option, which I'm kind of excited for. But either way, I'm just excited to have more things to play with and see what I like. And then you said something about it maybe being even like you could hook it up as like an interface.
That's what it says, is that it has a USB thing. So in my case, what that would do is it would eliminate my interface and my main stage. If you can do all the mixing through the pedal, or for a live gig, I wouldn't need to bring a mixer. I'd bring a looper. I'd bring one microphone, one stand without this double mic head business. I could plug right into a speaker, sounds like.
And then it's also lighter and smaller. So.
And then something I wanted your opinion on is seeing the new pedal and a lot of the differences. Like there's some changes, like the all start, all stop button is in a different spot. The buttons are made of metal. And is there anything that makes you reserved?
I don't like the all start stop button being on the right side. I'll be honest with you, just because I feel like I don't have to look at my pedal now. Because I know where the button is, just like you said, muscle memory. Like if my foot's on that little expression pedal, which they also took off of this one, which is like kind of one of my favorite things. I use it a lot for like having like a distorted acoustic guitar sound, where I just kind of like, if I pull it down, I can have the effects button on at all times and then push it up. But I'm not too bent out of shape about it. Having more tracks to be able to have more, like to manipulate everything, I think is the key for me. I don't know if I like the buttons. I'll be honest with you. I feel like they might be loud.
The metal one?
Listen, you can kind of hear it. I have a noise gate on, but that's the plastic button. That's a metal button.
I was worried about that too.
That's kind of loud.
But I agree. I kind of like the soft landing of the plastic. Right now at Guitar Center online, the Boss RC-300 is $499 $299 brand new. And
That's $100 cheaper.
yeah, and the new RC-600 is $599.99.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it. Ended up being like $650 in Florida.
I think this is a good time to thank Matt Walden so much for being on the channel today and talking gear with me and like getting
Thanks.
jazzed up about this. So Matt Walden, you can find him on Twitch. What's your regular schedule, Matt?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are usually the 4 days you can find me.
His new album, The Light Between the Trees, will be available November 12th and is available for pre-order right now.
Pre-save on Spotify, yes.
Well, I did pre-save it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to include Matt's link tree below, including his Twitch channel, his website, his music, his merch, and his Patreon if you would like to further support Matt. Thank you, Matt, so much. It's so amazing to get to connect with you. And
yeah,
we should collaborate again sometime. See you next time. Bye. You can loop all day. Loop all day. RC-600 can't go by it yet. I'm getting hyped, so I made a cardboard prototype. RC-600 can't go by it yet. I'm getting hyped, so I made a cardboard prototype. Yeah, we're just guessing.